Hi, Gemini and Gemini Rising. Here is your horoscope for December 2025. I'm Astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, we finally arrived at the last month of 2025. And what a year it's been. So many dramatic changes, so many dramatic revelations. And we're getting ready for 2026, where the energy of 2026 is unlike anything we've ever experienced before. And, as an astrologer looking at the trends for 2026, we've never seen alignments like this before. And so we are absolutely entering a new era. Now, what does that mean for December? December is the closing chapter as we wind down and we start looking at 2026 with some excitement and realization of what's coming. All right. So if you're a Gemini rising or a Gemini sun sign, this reading is for you. It's a very, very general overview using sun sign tropical whole house system astrology. It's where it places the rising sign or the sun sign on the ascendant. All the houses are equal and we see where the planets are moving. And so it's going to be very basic. It'll still give you about 70 to 75% accuracy. Your own birth chart will be much more accurate. And so, because everyone's birth chart is different, everyone's alignments are different. And so we begin the month of December with a really lot of positive energy for many of you because the sun is going through Sagittarius, which is your opposite sign. Mars is in Sagittarius. Venus just entered Sagittarius, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And it's in the seventh house of other people. So the need to socialize, interact, talk, be around others is going to be very strong in December. And we're going to see that even more so when your ruler Mercury leaves Scorpio, because remember it went retrograde, and it re-enters Sagittarius as well. So for many of you, it's all about other people. It's all about, getting together and having a good time and laughing and playing and just discovering things at a very deep fundamental level within yourselves and around others. So this could be a really great month and a great way to welcome in 2026 because 2026 is off the hook. All right, that's the best way I could put it. And I will go over that astrology as well in the near future. But as we start off this month, Venus has just entered Sagittarius. It actually happened at the last day of November. And here it is making its way through here. So Venus is all about partnerships, relationships, and other people. It's about finances as well. In the second half of this month, there will be a big theme about financial matters because Mars, the Sun, and Venus are all going to leave this part and go into this eighth house, where you take a deeper look at your finances and your investments and what is important to you. But Venus going through this part of your chart has a lot to do with, again, socializing. Venus naturally rules the seventh house. And so this is the house associated with marriage, partnerships, having other people around. And so this is a very optimistic alignment. Venus and Sag is like, hey, let's go have some fun. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's invite others. Let's be playful. Let's joke around. So this is a great time to be charming and to enjoy yourself. So I would highly suggest that, given all the craziness going on in the world today. Now, the full moon is going to highlight your identity and self right here in the first house. First house has to do with your motivation, how you're seen, how others see you. It's kind of like the persona, your presence. And a full moon highlighting in Gemini brings to light something about yourself. So you're coming through some sort of realization about you and a partnership or others. This is about your past as well. The moon represents the past. And so you find yourself thinking about the past or past relationships or past situations that you wish you could improve. Or you're maybe thinking about changing your appearance again. Gemini and Gemini rising folks love to change their appearance, change your hairstyle, different clothes, do something different. And so there is that potential also. But whatever it is, it's a very emotional time. It's a very important time to be around others and just, enjoying yourself and then reflecting that energy of the moon onto others. So this is what we have with that full moon in Gemini. Now, Neptune begins to go direct in Pisces on the 10th. There it is right there in stationary position before it moves direct. And so this is going to be very important because Neptune is the spiritual side of life, and it happens to be in its own sign of Pisces in the 10th house. So there's been a lot of spiritual growth for many of you in the past, I'd say 14 years or so, because that's how long it takes to transit, roughly anywhere between 11 and 14 years. And so here we see major developments happening in the career sector. Maybe many of you are thinking about, working in professions that involve more spiritual matters, more science, being more responsible in the public in some way. And this is more of a gradual feeling because now the energy goes from retrograde, which means going within, and now where it's moving direct, moving forward in a new direction. And this will take place over the course of the next couple of months as it makes its way back into Aries and the 11th house, which is now going to change everything about your future. But while Neptune is going direct in Pisces, this absolutely lends more psychic ability. Neptune in Pisces is extremely psychic, which means that you could see other things in other realms. Your dreams could be very vivid, and it involves work. So maybe you're thinking about leaving a job. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business that involves the healing arts of some kind. Maybe you're coming to realization about your purpose in the world. That's all involving this 10th house. And so this will gradually start transitioning you into a new way of thinking of things, especially next year when Uranus returns to Gemini and stays in Gemini, does not go back into Taurus anymore. And that's when you are literally saying, you know what, time for a major change in my life. And this Neptune and that Uranus will absolutely help you to transform whatever it is that you want to transform next year. Now, Mercury, your ruler, re-enters Sagittarius on the 11th into the 12th, right there. So now the energy level goes up again because Mercury in Sagittarius is very outspoken, very quick-witted, very sharp. And again, it happens to be the 7th house. So once again, we're seeing so much socializing taking place here with you guys. So, Mercury's going to make its way up. It'll eventually conjunct Venus and Mars, and then, of course, the Sun. So this is a very great time for interacting with others because you never know what could come out of it. Whether it's a new friendship, a new business deal, a new close alliance of some kind, maybe even a personal relationship. It depends on your own personal chart. But again, generally speaking, this could be a really good time for many of you. Now, Mars enters Capricorn. Now, this is when the dynamics start to change. Now we become all serious and business-oriented. Mars works very well in Capricorn, but it's in the 8th house of deep psychological transformation. This has to do with sexuality. It has to do with other people's money, finance. And so Mars entering this part of your chart, Capricorn's very serious. So it's requiring you to become more serious about this area of your life. So you might find yourself going, all right, I need to sit down, I need to do this, this, and this. I need to create this, this, and this. And so that's going to really start taking hold with Mars making its way through that part of your chart. Now, the new moon this month is also in Sagittarius, right there. It'll be at 28 degrees, so wherever that is in your birth chart, you want to take a look at that. And so this again is suggesting meeting new people, somebody special, somebody really smart, maybe an educator, or somebody of spiritual matters. This is all going to be on the table here. So the new moon in Sag is continuing to broaden your horizons. Now this could be also anything to do with religion. If you're a religious person, you might find yourself deepening your faith. If you're a spiritual person, you'll find yourself going deeper into an understanding of yourself and others. But whatever it is, again, the socializing agenda is extremely strong the entire month for many of you. And the new moon in Sagittarius is going to continue to open that doorway going into, the beginning of the year. So again, lots to look forward to this month. Sun enters Capricorn on the 21st, which is kind of normal. And here we see the sun basically highlighting the hardworking sign of Capricorn. So now you find yourself, all right, I've got to get down to the nitty gritty. I need to focus my energy. And this will help a Gemini rising or a Gemini sun sign because Capricorn is very, I don't want to say restrictive, but it's very disciplined. And it'll give you the power and the energy to create something that you really want, that you want to manifest, that you want to bring to light. And so this could be a really good time to start focusing and preparing for 2026. That's the best way I could put it. Preparing for 2026 with the Sun and Mars there. And of course, Venus will also join the party on the 24th. So this is a wonderful alignment for, really getting down to the nuts and bolts of things and setting up a plan or a goal for 2026. And I would highly encourage you to do that, because this is very positive energy that can transform your life in some way if you take the time to focus on what it is that you want. Either jot it down, put it on paper, or, put it somewhere where you know this is what you want to do in 2026. And so this could help you out a lot. And there'll be a lot of psychological sort of maneuvering taking place with these 3 planets in the 8th house. And so this will add, like I said, it'll add some discipline to the Gemini energy. All right. So anyway, there's the overview. If you want to know more, I do an extended version of this in my Inner Circle community, as you can see here. And of course, we talk about everything that's going on in the world and then some every Sunday on the Zoom call. And of course, I do a weekly astrology as well. And, members get to ask me questions. We interact. Some people ask me to look at their charts, and I answer a few questions for them. So consider joining. I left a link down below. There's a 7-day free trial. And hope to see you in the community. Anyway, have a great month and a fantastic new year. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.